Peace family, peace brothers, peace sisters, peace reflections, whatever you resonate with.
Don't worry about pausing looking at the pictures. They'll show up again, I promise you.
So I understand the last video I was going over transitioning, but I didn't really go into depth on how to transition. Pertaining to the beginners that may be new to this and don't really know alternatives to transition, I think this will be a good video, so I'm going to go over this now. I don't expect this video to be long, and especially if you watched the last video, you understand how crucial this transition is coming into these times we're coming into now. And if you didn't watch the last video, I suggest that you do watch it, or at least go back and watch it after this, so you can understand the deeper understanding why I'm even coming out with this particular video now at this time. And nonetheless, this video was not just slam packed cold turkey transitioning straight into plant-based and fruits. No, this is actually going to be different alternatives and things you could do to slowly build yourself up to that, but nonetheless rather sooner rather than later. The pictures and videos that you see inside this video is in no order of the transitions that I talk about, although it would be nice, but I just grabbed them and saved them from the gallery and just put them in there as I seen fit. More so solely, it didn't come to me until I ended the video to add the pictures and videos, but nonetheless, the information portrayed in this is what really matters the most. Starting off, I would like to start off how we are taught to eat. So, of course, we're taught to eat, fast food. You got fast food. We got what you call soul food. You got all those things in those categories, the food pyramid. Starting off, the biggest thing to begin with is really getting off the meat. Really getting off the meat in the processed foods. I know for me, I started off taking off meat. I tried not eating meat for like a whole week or two. And so I just did that. I still ate everything else, but I cut out meat. If you're going to start slow, if you're not ones that, jump into it. I know a couple brothers and sisters that ought to be like, I got this, I'm jumping into this, you feel me? But then I know you got some people that slowly transition. So I understand both sides. So I'm going to portray both. So as stated, I would start with cutting out the meat, more so see how it resonates with you. And then if you get over with that, okay, I cut out the meat. Now, maybe you start cutting out different processed foods. That's another one, cutting out different processed foods and swapping them. Maybe you cut out a side for a alkaline swap every day. Meaning, let's say you got chicken on a plate, you got some macaroni, and then you got some ice cream. Okay, some ice cream. Let's say going throughout the week, you're going to take one side and you're going to swap it every day out the week. So instead of eating chicken, you eat chickpeas. Let's say instead of milk, you use hemp milk, walnut milk, or almond milk. Different things to start to transition off of the processed animal-based products and byproducts. Instead of sugar, you could do coconut sugar. You could do date sugar. Instead of using syrup on your pancakes, you could start to use agave. Way better. You won't even tell the difference. It's way better than regular syrup, in my opinion. It's amazing. You can use date sugar. You can use date syrup. Instead of using vegetable oils and these highly processed refined oils, you could swap out and use grapeseed oil. My highly recommended one I would recommend is avocado oil. Different things like that. All these different things will be in the list. Instead of using regular flour, you could use spelt flour. You could use chickpea flour. I mean, it's alternatives to everything you're eating. Like I stated, everything, every texture is alternatives too. And like I said, you get the taste from the plant, and I'm trying to tell you, you wouldn't even know. Like you can go make a dish. You get this down, you go make a dish for your family. It'll be solely plant-based or /alkaline vegan, if you want to call it, and they wouldn't even know. They would not even know. It's different cereals that you could do. These will be posted in the Telegram, all the different alternatives and things like that. So starting off with me, I know I started, I cut out meat and I was just doing things like, more so I would say Chipotle. I ate things like Subway, all these different things. You kind of get the idea. And so if you still need that little leeway before you fully transition over to implementing certain things, certain alkaline vegan substitutes, then so be it, And from there, I transitioned to what you call cooked alkaline vegan. To break it down, I don't want to get too deep in this, but alkaline, there's really no such thing as cooked alkaline vegan, because as soon as you cook the food, you basically kill the nutrients in your food, especially at high heat. So this is why I say so-called alkaline vegan, because as soon as you put heat or put fire to it, it's no longer alkaline, because you kill the bioavailability in the food. And I didn't know this when I transitioned. And so what it looked like for me, I was eating chickpeas, I was eating quinoa, I was eating dates, walnuts, salad. I did like so many different things. I was also starting to implement fruit. I got more into this and I was doing more advanced things like alkaline vegan spaghetti, alkaline vegan pancakes with spelt flour. And like I was really getting advanced in it. And I think I stayed on this for about 6 months or so before I transitioned off of that. I was doing many different things like making my own cereal with walnut milk. Like I say, once you really get the hang of it, your creativity will really make the best out of it, because there's really nothing that is going to stop you from getting that desired taste or getting that desired, I would say, craving that you're looking for to eat, because it's literally a alternative to everything. So I was doing that. So from there, I did that for a while. And then I transitioned over to more eating more raw, plant-based and fruit. It wasn't, going out 24/7 and going to plant-based shops or something. I made it right at home, got the own ingredients and stuff like that, and made it. Once I started getting more deeper into learning and stuff, I got off of raw plant-based and I wanted to heal my body in the fastest way. And the fastest way to heal your body is going on all fruits, your fruits, berries, and your melons. And so I went strictly on that for about 6 months solid. And then from there, I kind of went back and forth. I went a balance between fruits and raw plant-based, so fruits and vegetables, which is the main goal. And I was just portraying part of my story with that. I'm not saying you got to go on strictly all fruits. I was just simply relaying that the fastest way to heal the body, especially of what you would call disease, especially any so-called incurable disease, any problems within the body at all, aches, pains, anything you can think of. Fruit and herbs literally will plunge the body so the body can do what it needs to do. Also, I don't think a lot of people realize when you go through a lot of, like I say, from different past lives and different things like that, you go through a lot of trauma and things. You got a lot of trauma stored in the cells. You get on an all fruit Livet. This you literally can cleanse the trauma out of your cells. Like, it literally was stuff that will come up that you could literally urinate out or defecate out, because it's literally trapped in the cells. And with these fruits, it's highly cleansing and highly detoxing. It will literally flush your cells. And so many people try to go to therapy and things like that, and it only helps to a certain extent before these things still linger around and come back. But why is that? Because it's still trapped deep within the cells. Like I said, this is holistic health. We've been taught so long that the allopathic medicine is the way, when, like I already explained and break down in the last video, all it does is suppresses, and it's only going to fix it it's like putting a band-aid on a stab wound. It's only a matter of time for that blood start gushing out, and that band-aid ain't doing nothing until you actually go get stitches and you do the proper healing, and you do the yoga to stretch it out, you do the proper Livet to grow the skin back in the area. Literally, we are biologically made to consume fruits. Literally, it's literally people growing back certain parts of their body parts that they lost. Literally, people coming out of paralyzation. People literally healing their own blindness, where they were blind and now they see. People literally with alopecia growing their own hair back. People with third-degree burns and all of this starting to grow their skin back. It goes so deep. Anything you could take of, and anything these folks try to give you a pill to suppress or tell you need, literally your body already does it. This is why this there in place in the first place, to profit off of you not knowing this. Imagine if everybody ate of their biological structure. Wouldn't nobody be sick? And then now what would this do? It will put them out of business. Exact reason why they don't want you knowing this certain information. Healing from all which so-called incurable diseases from this Livet, showing you this is what we're truly supposed to be consuming. Now, I will say this. Transitioning, if you're a more slower transitioner, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But I will say, if you know that you can transition from something, but you're still lollygagging around in it because you don't want to let it go, it'll be a difference if this was the times maybe a year or maybe 2 ago, where you could have time to do that. But like I said, coming into these times with this 5D earth coming into place and these frequencies rising. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go watch the last video. So I broke it down in there. As stated, these things are what would need to be weaned up off of now, more so sooner, and emphasis on sooner than later. So basically what I'm trying to say and get into is time is valuable. Don't procrastinate if you know you don't need to procrastinate. If you're in a stage and you got that stage down packed, you ready to move on and you know you good, you know, you go ahead to that next stage. There's no need for you to be there, because 9 times out of 10, you never know, you may need that time that you're procrastinating in that one stage. You may need it for another stage that you're elevating to. So all I'm saying is just be mindful. You ain't got to overly rush yourself, but at the same time, be realistic with yourself, you know. Be realistic. And like I said, these charts and things will be in my Telegram, to where all you got to do is just go in and click it, and you can just download these tables. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up and ask. As well as once you start getting more on the plant-based and fruit, I would suggest implementing herbs to help plunge the body, especially targeting the liver and the lymphatic system and things like that. Really plunging the body of these things, because you got to realize the way we're taught to eat over time, a lot of this stuff is backed up in the colon. A lot of this stuff is still in the body from 10 years ago, 20 years ago, because it's stuff that cannot be broken down. So herbs really help plunge the body. And if you do want recommended people to buy herbs and things from, then you know, you can ask me that as well. I will send that. You got to understand, a lot of people out here, they try to profit off our people's sickness just like the allopathic community do. So sometimes they be selling fake stuff like fake sea moss, whole bunch of other stuff that's not even truly authentic. And so if you're looking for people to buy herbal products from as well, just contact me. And not only just herbal products, just things mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally that's going to elevate you on a whole holistic level all around. So that's that. And nonetheless, that's it in short terms. Much love to all my reflections that's watching this, and I will leave you with this. Just realize that at first it will not be pretty 9 times out of 10, because you are detoxing these things out the body so the body can start to heal. So just like with anything else, any other detox or just anything, you got to realize this is not a pretty feeling at first. And last but not least, if you did not watch the last video, it is imperative to watch, especially it's the whole reason why I found the importance to come out with this transitional video now, because if you understand how I broke down what we're moving into now and how detrimental this is for this transition, you will truly understand the importance behind this. And nonetheless, do not let anybody discourage you or put you down or make fun of you, all because they don't understand that you're choosing life. You're choosing to move into this 5D frequency, this 5D earth. The same ones that may be downing you and talking about you, the same ones that don't know anything that's going on now, and the same ones that still choose to stay in ignorance and get taken right up out of here because they fail to realize the times we in. Nonetheless, stand your ground. It's all going to pay off at the end. You're going to be that one to break those generational curses. You're going to be that one to make that change for the bloodline. That's all on you. That's you. So nonetheless, there's many different pages out here you can follow while you're on your journey. Many different YouTube channels. I mean, just many different things to help you just along your way. Feel free to hit me up if you have any questions or just any more resources. And once again, last but not least, if you haven't watched that video, go back and watch that video if you can. Nonetheless, much positivity, peace, light, love, and abundance to you all. I say, one love.